Today, gentlemen and ladies, perhaps what I wanted to say was very well echoed by Dr. Nanda, so that makes my life pretty easy. The 2 or 3 observations I made. We have representatives from 2 smallest countries in the world. On the other side is Mediterranean, and we have got 2 large countries, India and China. And all of them have come together, especially the youth have come together to possibly discuss something which has got bearing for the future generation. I was out of my hotel room in Dubai once, and I saw that there was not a sandstorm, snowstorm. And that was a surprise. Most of the Dubai residents came out of the place, and they were surprised as to what happened. That when there are no rains there, not even once in a year, what prompted to have snowstorm, even though for a limited length of time, about 1.5 hours. Similarly, in Oman, Muscat, there was a flash flood. Now we find that more than 500 people died in Europe, possibly because of unprecedented cold wave. All these point out that there is something wrong fundamentally in the environment, which has possibly been triggered by the souls who are using them, or the people who are living them. I'm sure that even though we have woken up a bit late, we've got to join our hands together. First of all, we investigate as to what has gone wrong fundamentally in our usage of air, water, fire, earth, and the ether, to find out what we can do to organize ourselves, organize our lives, and who better can lead us? The youth, because they have got the unlimited potential of exploring their mental faculties. They have got access to a wide variety of knowledge and database from different parts of the world. They have got the zeal and enthusiasm to forget their egos and come up, learn from each other, try to assimilate ideas, enter into the research programs, give dimensions to their dreams, document them, prepare project reports, and discuss them in these sort of meetings. We cannot expect policy planners to come down and do all the nitty-gritties of any development program. They develop ideas listening to the views of the people. And as rightly said by the lead and Dr. Nanda, that in the recent 2 or 3 years, 2 years precisely, we found that something which was unheard of, no one had heard, that Hosni Mubarak would be sent back to the jail in Egypt because he was leading with an iron hand for 40 years. No one ever thought that Colonel Muammar Gaddafi would be shifted up. It's primarily because the youth, of course the youth were politically motivated. And the same youth, if they have possibly tried to identify issues concerning their lives like environment, the carbon emissions, the ozone depletion, the pollution of the water, the pollution of the air, and if they can start young from school-going kids. So such a nice thing to hear from Dr. Nanda, that the fat-egoed bureaucrat children could develop the habit of putting off the lights and the ACs because the bill is paid by the government. It's such a nice thing to possibly hear that if the youth and the school children and the college-going guys can be told about the importance of conserving energy, conserving the environment, I'm sure it will be a wonderful place to live. Not for us, but for everyone else to concern. Therefore, my appeal to all the youth sitting up in this place is to possibly try to brainstorm in this coming 3 to 4 days' time. Find out issues that can help the communities in large. And what a coincidence to find people from quote-unquote developed nations, from Europe coming down and possibly trying to cajole the 2 countries, China and India, who are the biggest carbon emitters, primarily because they're the biggest growing nations. And if you can find out the middle part, as Buddha said, the middle part of development, the middle part of progress, in which everyone has got a right to live, the animals, the plants, and the human beings. And I'm sure with these deliberations, we are going to possibly have a much more wider place in which we can possibly keep our dreams, we can keep our emotions, and we can keep our understanding together. May I take this opportunity to thank Dr. Nanda, who, in spite of being a busy individual in Bhubaneswar, possibly steal some time and give his insight and input. And my heart goes for these young people who have come all the way, sometimes, different climate changes, the Estonian girls were staying at minus 20 degrees Celsius, and they're coming down to 32 or 33 degrees Celsius in Bhubaneswar. And may I thank each and every participant from China, my friends, from Estonia, from Portugal, and above all my friends from India, who have done such wonderful foresight and homework to come down. And I'm sure we should all inform Dr. Nanda and the UNDP and the other organizations who are stakeholders in environment about the deliberations of the meeting, and possibly come out with a Bhubaneswar declaration in which possibly we can identify areas of common interest and we can work together. May I once again thank you once and all, and I hope that we all have a wonderful, fruitful and a perfect meeting in the coming 4 days. Thank you so much.
After listening to Dr. Patnaik about this Bhubaneswar declaration, maybe on one day we would call the mayor of Bhubaneswar and share with him how we are going to plan, and we take this opportunity to come up with at least 1 or 2 instances, if you get from your experience, maybe getting to some kind of the mayor taking it forward would be applicable for the Bhubaneswar city itself. So someday, maybe not, I'll just find out from him. If it comes on 18th, that would be good enough. By that time, we would have substantial deliberations happen by that time. We have something to come up in concrete, and definitely we will get the mayor of Bhubaneswar to take that forward. Maybe that would be very good.
Thank you, Dr. Patnaik.
Thank you, madam.
We'll have a tea break now for 15 minutes.